Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be looking at 5 tools that make my life as an IT technician a lot easier. Welcome back then, guys. So I figured to do something a little bit different today, different from the normal repair videos or tutorials. Just wanted to show you 5 of the common tools that I use. I use at least 3 to 4 of these every single day, if not all of them. Every single one of them makes my life as a technician a lot easier. It also allows me to do a better job and take better care of customer devices. So I'll go through them now one by one, delve into each one in a little bit more detail. So in no particular order, we're going to start things off with the heat mat. So as the name implies, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a mat that provides heat. And what you can use this for is for warming up a device to either open it up or perhaps to remove a battery. All it does is it warms up the adhesive, gets it nice and pliable, and allows it to loosen up and be removed. A lot of other people will use a heat gun. Heat guns go upwards of 300 degrees plus. So if you're not careful what you're doing, you can easily damage a device. So it makes much more sense to just get one of these and let it do its magic. Fairly simple to use, just a couple of buttons and a nice screen that allows you to see what temperature it's running at. That's also where you set the temperature. And this particular heat mat has modes for phones and tablets. I've got the fairly small one, but you can get a larger one to do more devices at once. So yeah, really good tool. Essential for opening up phones in my eyes, and really comes in handy for things like removing batteries and that kind of thing. So up next we have the drive cloner. So this is essentially a dual SATA dock that has 2 primary functions, and those 2 functions are cloning from one drive to the other, and also being a dual drive dock, connecting them to a computer. What I like about this one is it's much simpler than having to run any software. You literally just get the source drive and stick it into the source slot, get the target drive, stick it into the target slot, and providing the target drive is the same or larger capacity than the source drive, then you should be able to just press and hold the button on the front and a clone should start. In my experience, I was able to clone Windows boot drives with this. I've been able to clone Mac boot drives with this. The cloned drive always boots just as the same as the source drive did. So really good result from my experience. But if you still would prefer to use software to do the clone, then this drive dock also doubles up as an external reader, so you can connect this via a USB cable to your laptop and do everything like you would be able to via a USB cable. There is a switch on the back which allows you to remove the drive safely and turn it on and off whenever you need to. Very small footprint on the desk as well. Find myself using it virtually every day, so definitely one I recommend. Okay, so up next we have the multi-charger. This probably gets the most use, arguably because the majority of my repairs are phone repairs. Once I've repaired a phone, I need to be able to test it. I need to be able to check it's charging okay. I need to check the amps that it's drawing from the charger. So this device is the perfect tool for that, because not only does it have 6 ports to connect via USB, including 2 USB-C ports, there are also 2 wireless charging pads on the front of it, which allow you to test the wireless chargers on the devices as well. The other bonus with these is 2 of the USB ports are Qualcomm Quick Charge, and the 2 USB-C ports are power delivery, which means you can also test the fast charging system in all your phones as well. A lot of the time, if I've finished repairing a phone and it's low on battery, I'll just whiz it in the wireless charger, leave it there for a couple of hours before returning it to them, and it'll be nicely charged up. But the really important element of this charger is the screen, because the screen will show you the voltage at which your device is charging and also the amps that it is drawing from the charger. This can be super useful in diagnosing charging issues or battery issues or any other power related issues. A super tool, and the wireless chargers just make for a really great added bonus. Definitely one I would recommend. Okay, so up next we have the air duster. Now you can just go out and buy compressed air cans that will do a similar job to this. However, you do have to keep buying them. They do run out, and from my experience, they always run out when you really don't need them to run out. So this is 240 volt powered. Just simply plug it in and you're away. This particular one is a Compu Cleaner, the expert model, and to be quite honest, I've never looked back. It's perfect for blowing dust out of computers, out of games consoles, anything that absorbs a lot of dust. This will get rid of it. I do find very old dust doesn't shift, and no amount of air will shift certain ages of dust, but this will get the bulk of it out and recover a device that's blocked with dust. Super handy just being able to have it to hand, not having to think about if it's full or empty, just having it there at all times ready to use. And there are 2 settings on the rocker switch for this one, depending on what kind of power you need. But yeah, really great tool, and as with the other ones, I would not want to do without it at this stage. So last but certainly not least is the recovery USB. These are, to be quite honest, an absolute essential for any IT technician. Without one of these, you are really going to come unstuck when you go into the field. If you have a computer that won't boot, or you have a computer where you've forgotten the password, or any other issue that means you can't boot into the operating system or at least log in, then this will be essential to proceed. If you configure one correctly, then ultimately you can have hundreds of tools on the USB that are either bootable or can be ran from within an operating system. This includes storage recovery tools, password removers, network diagnosis tools, and operating system recovery tools. Essentially, they will allow you to boot a computer that has a dead boot drive, or at least access the files that are on it. Best bit about these is they're literally thumb size. You can attach them to your keys or put them in with your toolbox. They really don't have a footprint at all, but they're arguably the most useful tool to have. So yeah, recovery USB, easily the top most important tool out of all the ones I've shown you today. So there we go. Those are my top 5 tools that, to be honest, I use virtually every day. As I've said before, I would not do without any of these now. Yeah, really essential for me. And if you're an IT technician and you haven't got all of these, then I'd recommend you go out and get them. If I can find the link to these particular ones that I've got here, then I will put them in the description. If not, if you do a quick search on Amazon or eBay, they will appear. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again in the next one.